You ever notice how the idea of a queen always sounds so powerful and glamorous, but the moment you step into a K-drama, that fantasy completely falls apart? Today, we're diving into 5 K-dramas that explore the life of a queen in very different ways. And trust me, each one will make you question whether the crown is really worth it. These stories aren't just about power, they're about survival, sacrifice, love, and sometimes even identity. And as we go through each drama, I really want you to think about this one question. If you had the chance to become a queen, knowing everything that comes with it, would you actually say yes? Empress Ki, 2014. Let's start with Empress Ki. And this one already stands out because it breaks the usual expectations. Instead of a woman born into royalty, we follow a Korean woman who rises all the way to become an empress in the Yuan dynasty. That alone tells you this is not going to be an easy journey. What makes this drama so gripping is how it blends politics, romance, and ambition into one long, intense story. You're constantly watching her navigate power struggles, alliances, and betrayals, while also dealing with complicated relationships that never feel simple or safe. Personally, I think this drama really highlights how becoming a queen or empress often means losing parts of yourself along the way. You gain power, but at what cost? And I'm curious what you think about this kind of character. Do you admire someone who is willing to do anything to survive and rise? Or do you think there should be a line they should never cross? Jang Ok-jung, Living by Love. Now moving on to Jang Ok-jung, Living by Love. This drama takes a slightly different approach by focusing on a woman who starts from a lower position and eventually becomes queen. But what makes this story interesting is that it doesn't paint her as just a villain or just a victim. Instead, it gives us a more human, emotional perspective on her choices. You see her fall in love, struggle with societal expectations, and make decisions that slowly shape her fate. And honestly, I think this is where the drama really shines, because it makes you understand why she does what she does, even when you don't fully agree with her. It kind of blurs the line between right and wrong. For me, this drama feels like a reminder that history often judges women in power much more harshly than men. So let me ask you this. If you were in her position, would you choose love or would you choose power, knowing you might not be able to have both? Queen in Huntsman, 2012. Then we have Queen in Huntsman, which brings a completely different vibe with its time travel concept. Instead of focusing purely on palace politics, this drama connects the past and the present in a really unique way. We follow a scholar from the Joseon era who somehow travels to modern times and meets an actress playing Queen in Hun. What I love about this story is how it mixes romance with historical stakes. Even though the queen herself isn't always at the center of the action, her existence drives the entire plot. Her position, her struggles, and her fate becomes something that connects 2 timelines and 2 very different lives. Personally, I think this drama stands out because it feels lighter on the surface, but still carries emotional weight underneath. It makes you think about destiny and how certain roles, like being a queen, can echo across time. Do you believe that some people are destined for certain roles, no matter what era they live in? The Great Queen Sondeok, 2009. Next is The Great Queen Seondeok, and this one is all about legacy. This drama tells the story of the first queen of Silla, and you can feel the scale of it from the very beginning. It's not just about personal struggles, it's about leadership, vision, and the fight to build something greater than yourself. What makes this drama powerful is how it portrays the journey of a woman stepping into a role that society wasn't ready for. She has to prove herself constantly, not just as a ruler, but as someone worthy of being followed. And of course, that comes with enemies, political tension, and sacrifices that never really stop. For me, this is the kind of story that makes you respect historical figures even more, because it shows how much strength it takes to lead. But at the same time, it makes me wonder, does being the first also mean being the loneliest? What do you think matters more for a queen like her? Personal happiness or leaving behind a legacy? Queen for 7 Days, 2017. And finally, Queen for 7 Days, which might be the most emotionally painful story on this list. This drama focuses on a queen whose reign lasts only 7 days, and yet those 7 days carry so much weight. It's a story built on love, political conflict, and heartbreaking choices. What makes it so impactful is how personal everything feels. This isn't just about power struggles, it's about two people who love each other but are constantly pulled apart by forces they can't control. And I think that's what makes it so tragic, because no matter what they choose, someone is going to lose. Personally, this is the kind of drama that stays with you long after you finish it, because it reminds you that sometimes love isn't enough to overcome reality. So I want to ask you, if you knew your time as a queen would only last 7 days, would you still accept that role, or would you walk away to protect your own happiness? So after going through all these stories, it's pretty clear that being a queen in K-dramas is far from a fairy tale. It's a life filled with pressure, impossible decisions, and constant sacrifices, whether it's for love, power, or legacy. And honestly, that's what makes these dramas so addictive, because they show the human side behind the crown. Now I really want to hear from you. Which of these queens had the hardest life, and which drama hit you the most emotionally? And more importantly, after seeing all this, do you still think being a queen is something to dream about, or does it feel more like a beautiful trap?